Want your people to embrace change faster without fear? I was reminded of 3 often overlooked actions needed when I was underwater, literally underwater. A few summers ago, I took a sea kayaking course. It was great fun and a little scary. That's because one of the requirements for completing the course was a deep water exit. It involves intentionally flipping your kayak in deep water, releasing the skirt while still underwater, and then resurfacing to flip your kayak upright. Just thinking about being strapped into the kayak and underwater was frightening, let alone actually doing it. And that's when I was reminded, whether it's an organizational change initiative or a kayaking course, what can feel exciting for you as a leader can feel terrifying for those being led. And here's where the leadership insight showed up. Although my confidence to do the deep water exit was low and my fear was high, my instructor was calm, compassionate, and completely confident that everyone in the course could do it. And that's the first action. Confidence is contagious. If you are patient and willing to demonstrate, she didn't just describe the technique. She demonstrated it multiple times. She showed us exactly what success looked like. She even made it look easy. My fear decreased as I watched her confidently and methodically go through the maneuver, then patiently walk us through each step. I began to think, I could do this. Maybe. It's the same in your organization. The fear and hesitation most people feel when stepping into something new can be reduced when they see it modeled first. Modeling the behaviors or activities expected is an active learning process. The scientific term for this is called vicarious learning. And when you think about it, most of our learning from infancy and beyond is done vicariously first. And if the new activity is replacing an existing one, modeling is a critical step in the unlearning process. Unlearning is required for every adult to ensure that that new activity can stick. So after demonstrating one more time, she asked, "Ready to try it?" There was a resounding no from the group. Calmly, she smiled and said, "Okay, let me make it a little bit easier." And that's the second leadership action. Align with the level of readiness of the people who will adopt the change. It's tempting as a leader to push and require people to take action based on your level of readiness. After all, you start sooner and you may be feeling the pressure to get it done. However, change can only happen at the pace of readiness. That's where the readiness mindset is helpful. It shows you how to build that readiness, the level needed for adoption. You may think you're moving faster when you push, but those activities won't stick. When you engage with people's level of readiness, you build ownership and commitment. That's what the instructor did. She realigned with our level of readiness and created the opportunity for us to raise our readiness and our perceived capability. That's when I was reminded of the third action. Transformation requires space for discovery and the building of that readiness. Instead of pushing us to do the exit, she took us to shallow water. The water was about waist deep. Standing beside our kayak, she walked us through the steps again, letting us practice where it was safe to fail. After several tries in the shallow water, my anxiety dropped from about a 10 to a 6. And I was ready to try the exit in deep water. Organizationally, the safe space could be a pilot. It could be a sandbox or a dry run. In one transformation, we created scenarios and role-playing opportunities for the employees. They were encouraged to play, experiment, get comfortable, and all before they went to training. By the time we went live with the new system, like my deep water experience, the employees were ready, excited, and they felt confident that they would be successful. And they were. Adoption of the new system was almost seamless. That's what happened with me. When it was finally my turn, I did the exit 3 times, actually. It was still scary, but my fear was at a manageable level so that it was no longer a barrier. I emerged from the exit feeling confident and victorious. That's what change feels like inside organizations that focus on building readiness instead of managing resistance. It's what makes the readiness mindset so powerful because you build long-term capability for change. Your role as a change leader isn't just to tell people what to do or how to do it. It's about creating the conditions that give people the confidence and capability to navigate their change journey. It's about modeling the behavior, aligning with their level of readiness, and creating the space for them to safely discover that they're capable of achieving those new activities. Do those things, and your transformation will stick. If you're ready to look and explore what a change-ready organization looks like with the readiness mindset, reach out. Let's have a conversation. That's it for now. I'll talk to you soon.